Hey guys, welcome back to 3D Print Farm. If you remember last time we printed this little guy. Look how cool he turned out. He's all nice and shiny. I'm going to show you what I used on him. Krylon triple thick crystal clear glaze. Sprayed a couple coats on it. Looks awesome. Let's go check out what's on the bill plate. Hey guys, and sticking with the theme of the holiday season, I decided to print something to go along with our holiday deer that we printed last week. What I decided to do was print a Christmas tree. This Christmas tree was printed on my FDM printer. It's cool because it's printed in base mode. It's completely hollow. In fact, you could print it without the base and put a light inside of it. Light it up. Print them in different sizes. I've got an orange one here, a green one here. They're awesome. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to print one on the Anycubic Photon. So I thought to myself, I really didn't want to go this route. I wanted to go something a little bit different. Check this guy out. This is the Voronoi Christmas tree. And how I created it was I took this STL file, stuck it in the Voronator, and it converted it to this. Check it out. It has the Voronoi pattern. It's going to go perfect with this guy. All right, come check it out. I'll show you how to do it. Okay guys, we're going to head over to Thingiverse, and I'm going to type in Christmas tree, and I'm going to pick this particular one here. And again, I printed this on my FDM printer before. These things turn out great, but I wanted to do something a little different on the Anycubic Photon. So I'm going to choose the one without a vase. I'm heading over to voronator.com, and this is a free service. All I need to do is upload the STL file into the Voronoi, and there's some options here that you can check out. I'm going to leave it as the STL file. You can adjust some different settings here. I'm just leave most of them alone. So once you click start, it's going to take a while, and sometimes it may fail. It may not give you a preview of what it looks like. In fact, this one will fail and won't show you a preview, but it will work because it'll say they can't show it, but here's the file here. So don't worry about that. Just click the download button, grab the file, and you'll be just fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here. I'm going to grab the file, and I'm actually going to open it up in B9 Creator. And the last time we did this in the Anycubic Photon Slicer, and it worked out great. But what I like to do is show that you can do this in other photon slicing or resin slicing software. So I'm going to open up the file that I ran through the Voronator, and you'll see it is gigantic here, and we want to shrink it down a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the scale button and scale this guy down, and then drop it down to the build plate. There we go. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit, just kind of check it out. I love the Voronoi pattern because you can see all the nice little holes in it, and they print great on any resin printer. So of course this file is going to need some supports. So I'm just going to choose the auto support function. B9 does a good job, at least a fairly good job with the auto supports. So I'm going to select auto supports. I'm going to select around 30% or so, which should be fine. And once I get that selected, I'm going to generate the supports. Take a few seconds here, and you'll notice that I'm going to put most of the supports on the bottom, which is fine. And there's some supports that will go up internal into the structure. I do not want those, so I'm going to go and click my delete button, and all I'm going to do is just click those items to get rid of them on the inside, because they would be impossible to remove, and you really don't need those when you're printing this. So everything looks dandy. And I should have chosen a light support. I used medium supports on this. It was a little bit more difficult to remove, but I think light supports would have been fine, because this print's not going to use a whole lot of resin, because not only it's hollow, it's got holes all in it, so it's not going to use hardly any resin. So here it is coming off the build plate. You can see it turned out really nice. And of course, you've got some of the excess resin that's kind of stuck in some of the holes. That needs to be removed, but you can see it turned out really nice. Here I am here scraping this thing off. This dude is stuck to the build plate because it was in a fairly cold room, and I had to print it with a little bit longer exposure time on the bottom layers, but it slid right off into the alcohol. And what I'm using here is actually a pickle container that people will use for pickles. And what's great about this is you can dunk your prints back and forth in the alcohol. It seems like it rinses them off really well. And what I like to do is take a toothbrush, and that kind of helps get some of the excess resin off of the print as well. So I'm going to go through here and kind of scrub it up a little bit, just to make sure it's completely cleaned off. And again, I used medium supports on this. I really didn't need to do that because it was kind of a pain to remove those. So I used these little nippers, and these were nippers that came with one of my FDM printers, and they actually do a really good job of snipping all of the supports off. I'm not going to bore you with the entire snipping off all the supports, but here it is after the supports have been removed. There's still a little couple stubs on the bottom. I'm not too concerned about those. You can sand those out if you need to, but as you can see, it turned out fairly nice. Yeah, I really like this pattern. I'd like to print one maybe a little bit larger the next time, but you can see it turned out really nice. We'll catch you later. Have a good day. See you later. See you next time on 3D Print Farm. We'll see ya. See you later. Fogging up my glasses. Stop it. Hey guys, welcome back to 3D Print Farm. Today's episode, I can get this right, it'll be good. Hey guys, welcome back to 3D Print Farm. Well, thank you guys for joining us out here. You can see it's beautiful. Quit biting me. You can see it. Stop it. This one, you gotta watch out. You gotta watch out for this one. He'll try to nip you. Hey, quit.